Hello, welcome to Zach Rosenberg, and I'm 8-Bit Dad. Home Depot. Someone was at Home Depot.
I've had that thing for a while.
Man, point that shit at us, dude. Hi, welcome to the sun, and I'm 8-Bit Dad. Stay tuned for Zach Rosenberg.
Let's absorb some radiation from this light.
It's kind of warm. It's kind of nice, actually. Hello and welcome to 8-Bit Dad. I am Zach Rosenberg.
And I'm Brian Ferguson. 8-Bit Dad is the modern dad's guide to news, reviews, and fatherly opinions that is updated daily. In this show, we talk about some of the weekly top stories posted on 8bitdad.com.
That's right. We are the founding fathers of 8-Bit Dad, and we aggregate parenthood news from around the internet, World Wide Web, just in case you're still in that era.
The webs.
And we lace it with some humor, hopefully. Maybe not in this last week.
Maybe, yeah.
And we also give you some reviews, news, and fatherly opinions.
Which I mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah. I was reading a couple lines ahead at that point, so.
We're not actors.
As we've now mentioned twice, fatherly opinions.
And if you have a story that you would like to see make it to our website and or show, you can email us at dads@8bitdad.com or give us a shout on Twitter. Is it a shout or is it a reply, like an at 8bitdads reply or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
And follow us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/8bitdad.
Cool.
So now that we got that out of the way.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. This is our Return of the Jedi of this podcast.
Yeah,
So,
lots of Ewoks.
Lots of Ewoks, lots of furry creatures, and maybe a Chewbacca cameo.
Yeah.
We're not sure yet.
The walkers, the ETs,
the AT-AT, yes. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we've mentioned Star Wars in almost every episode that we've
it's kind of our thing.
done. Yeah, it's kind of our thing.
I thought Back to the Future would be our thing.
It might. Well, it was.
It's one of our things.
It was
it's
one of our things. It's a top 3, yes. So
Star Wars always wins somehow.
It always wins.
And who's to blame them?
Yeah, and I think we might have like some clips of us talking about Star Wars.
What do you think? You edited the clips together.
I totally did. So roll the clips right now.
Just so we wouldn't weed out the people that started with Phantom Menace.
Right.
Even though we wouldn't necessarily count that as, well, I don't know, would you?
No.
Han Solo shooting first.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the...
That's my Star Wars. They ride in this piggyback rider on your back.
Like Yoda?
Always see it, as long as it's not like a Jar Jar Binks featurette.
What are you dressing up
I'm
as?
going to be Obi-Wan. That's why I
Kenobi?
Yeah.
Not Obi-Wan Johnson?
No, not Obi-Wan Johnson. But this one reads, to all of Chris's friends, this is his father. Very Star Wars.
So Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes. I've been growing this beard out since,
Large historical figure.
Yeah, very large.
Yeah, the face.
This kid is so into Star Wars, man.
I haven't laughed that hard since my coworker told me that his son thought that Obama and Tiger Woods were brothers. I like that you included our patented Star Wars Star Wars count. We had this idea, which
Like
still
counter.
could go up.
Still could.
We were going to put a counter up on our website that said it has been, X amount of days since our last Star Wars reference, because it seems like we make one every couple days. Yeah. November is Movember and Novembeard, and we're glad to be growing.
Yeah, I'm still going strong on this this beard thing. It's November beard, and are you doing a beard, or are you going to be doing a mustache or anything like that? Because you got the goatee thing going on, but I see you're kind of like rocking a mustache.
I don't know actually what I'm doing.
All right.
I think I might have.
It's facial hair. What are you going to do?
I think with selectivism, like you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really saving anyone's life, but it's fun.
I'll before November's up, I'll donate some money somewhere and to some sort of testicular cancer type.
Maybe 8-Bit Dad will spend all of its advertising money that we've been getting.
That we've allegedly been collecting.
Allegedly.
All the dollars we've been sleeping on top of.
Right. Because I can't sleep at night when I don't have money next to me.
We also didn't mention, but November is also Backlash month for 8-Bit Dad.
It is. It's Backlash month this week.
Very
Well,
popular
just this week.
articles.
Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, anyways, Modern Warfare 3 came out for Call of Duty, and
yeah, it did.
We've been wasting a lot of time at night playing that game.
I've got a review coming up for that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How's it gonna?
I need to play the single player first.
Oh yeah, me too.
But
everyone jumped right into multiplayer, and now people have like gold guns after like a week.
There's like level 70s that were on last night that I don't know, man. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed.
But that kind of leads us into our podcast question of the week. Do you let your kids play mature-rated games? And we had a little bit of a response from this.
I know. I when I play personally, since I have like an almost 3-year-old kid that asks questions and kind of is starting to know what violence is and things like that, I only play when he's either napping or asleep for the night. So that's kind of the kind of something also we're going to talk about later when you're saying that your daughter made you lose your edge.
Oh yeah,
the gaming thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of 10 years ago. I would have been playing around the clock and like
just
I'd
trying to
like Indiana Jones bullwhips to whip my wife to like get me another sandwich or something,
or get you like a poop bucket or something.
Yeah.
Well,
another empty bottle to.
Oh yeah. You gotta go green nowadays. Recycle.
Maybe not recycle.
I don't know. Whatever.
Playing Modern Warfare 3, better drink my own piss.
Yep. So,
but yeah, that came out this week. Fun.
Yeah, fun game.
I read a really good article about, I'll mention it later.
All right.
Like later, calendar later, not like time later.
Oh, okay. Not later today.
Don't look forward to it at the end of the show, because it's not going to show up again.
Right. But we had a couple responses on our website. Memoirs of a Single Dad. He's a single dad blogger, author, personal chef to a 9-year-old. And
We just mentioned him also. He just had a book that came out.
Yeah, he just had a book, and it looks really cool. And he's got a couple different books, right? Does he only have one book or a couple different?
Just one.
Okay.
Just the Memoirs of a Dating Dad, I think was what it was called.
Okay.
He was one of the dudes that was in. Let's
mention
it again. Let's mention Detroit.
We're going for 6.
GM Detroit. He was one of the guys that was there. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Daniel, whatever his last name was, Reuter,
yeah.
Ruyter.
Right.
Nice guy.
Yeah, so he writes, I'm considering getting a PS3 for Christmas this year. Yeah, I know, I'm one of those early adopters, huh?
Totally.
This game is on my list to get, but I also have, this game meaning Modern Warfare 3, but I also have a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old in the house, so they will not be allowed to watch, let alone play this game. I'll have plenty of fluffy bunny games for them to play, and Madden 2012.
Yeah.
So,
which is kind of like a fluffy bunny game.
It is, yeah. So, I mean, what is your opinion on this? Like, you mentioned that you don't let your son watch.
Yeah, well,
because
it's like there's so much like sex and violence and cursing and everywhere else. You just hold them off of one. Like, well, and because video games are so like kid friendly. Like, like letting them play the Wii is one thing. Letting them do like the sword fight on Wii Resort.
Yeah, Wii is pretty universally accepted.
Yeah,
from,
well, and like
all age ranges.
On the Wii Resort game, the sword fighting game, like they're wearing pads. It's not really like sword fighting. Like they're wearing pads.
And there's not like a bunch of blood going everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And
like, Modern Warfare was like.
Yeah, I mean, you cap a guy in the face, and he's going to be.
My kid saw once. Once he came up from his nap, and I was like. Unwilling.
You were in a zone.
I was unwilling to give up the ghost on that one. So he saw the last couple seconds of a round, and it was like, of course they showed that final kill cam at the end of the round.
Oh yeah.
And so in slow motion, he watched some guy like get shot in the chest and like rifle back and fall down, and he was like, "Oh, the guy fell down. Make the guy fall down again." I was like, buddy.
Yeah.
Someone just died.
And they don't understand. Like little kids like that, like they don't
understand like death.
Yeah, I've
that's
never.
a whole different show to like get into, but like
that's pretty heavy. That's a heavy show to get into.
Someone's like life force ends.
Right. You mentioned the Force.
I don't understand it. I don't think my kid's gonna. I just don't want to get him down that aisle. Like right now, when he sees guns, he calls them squirters because like all he's seen has been like water guns and Nerf guns on Nickelodeon. Thanks a lot. But like he doesn't know what a gun is.
Yeah.
I want to keep it that way, like as long as possible.
Yeah.
Some people are kind of more military families. I think are more willing to give their kids like toy guns because it's kind of a more like a proud thing.
Right. It's more liberal and in the open, and it's kind of like what Dad does or Mom does.
Yeah, and California is like a big police state when it comes to like everything, and guns is one of them.
If this was Texas, maybe it might be a little bit different.
If it was any other state that has like concealed weapons carry laws and something where kids are around guns more often. We're not military. We're not a military family. We're in a police state. Yeah. And like we've got everything going for us, for my family at least, for not having guns around at all. I was raised without guns. Yeah, and it's all based on family history, kind of how you grew up, and matter of opinion. You know, like I don't think I'll ever have a gun in my house. I don't feel like that's a need for protection. I don't necessarily think that that's a valid use for protection. I mean, maybe if I was in a different neighborhood, I don't know. And my wife grew up with guns. Her family had guns. They'd go out shooting. Well, not as a family, but when they go up fishing, my father-in-law would bring his guns, and my sister-in-law, would go shooting with my father-in-law. And so guns were kind of like in their life, but it wasn't real big. Yeah, it still wasn't a big thing, and I don't think. I mean, we all had duck hunt. No one really ever thought of that as like, guns. Yeah. But that's I
don't know. I'd probably wield a machete or something.
I think I talked to we have a comment from Justin on there.
Yeah, he's in the his last name is Westbrook, and we just learned that there's a character in Modern Warfare 3 that is the main character, I guess, in the first half of the game. I don't know, because I've only played a couple minutes of it.
Because who would say what the game's about yet?
Right, so
Warfare, probably
modern something. But yeah, there's a Westbrook, and his name is Frost, or his nickname is Frost.
They always have cool names in there.
They always have. Really
you always watch the single player, and you're like, oh, why don't I have a friend who's got a nickname like that?
Like Frost.
Well, now we do.
So
yeah, and one of the things I was gonna, I said, I'm pointing to your laptop, like we're having the conversation there right now. The conversation right there. But something I said that I was going to mention was that this is kind of more of a. This kind of ties into the duck hunt thing. There's more of a concern now that games look real. Like before, during duck hunt days, and like during.
It was just a dog
during,
and
like Nintendo 64 007 days. Which
I remember those.
There's a new GoldenEye out also, which I have and I should probably review. But Modern Warfare came out, so
yeah, that just stops your life.
Activision, 2 Activision games. Sorry to one of them. Guess which one?
And sorry to Rocksmith for abandoning it for a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, like back in like the Nintendo 64 GoldenEye days. Yeah. Doom and Quake on the PC and stuff like that. Like games just didn't look real. So it's even though they were like mature rated back when that started coming out. Right. In the early 90s, it still wasn't like stuff didn't look real. So it was kind of like.
Yeah, and
it was still kind of just at the rot your brain category, not at the like. Rewire your thinking.
And you've had these like extraordinary characters that had these just amazing abilities, and now it's more like if you get shot in the leg, you're gonna die. Yeah. And it's just more real, and they try to cater to more of a realistic experience.
Everything was third person back then, so you saw the character on the screen. Yeah. Now since it's first person, you see the gun like you're carrying it. Right. Yeah. Because that's how I carry my gun when You can tell I grew up without guns. If I did, I'd be like, you carry it like this.
So
fucking shoot them dead. But I'm like, you carry your gun like this now. You see it from the character's perspective. It really rewires you to think that you're shooting the gun yourself.
So what did Justin say?
I don't know. I don't even have it up.
Oh, okay. You're going to do the Reddit ones? Okay.
I don't know.
Well, Justin says, I don't know if it's a tough question. He says he can remember playing Duke Nukem, not Newton, 3D fragging aliens and the strippers. And he says, am I messed up now? No, I don't think so. But what actually concerns him sometimes about games like Modern Warfare 3 is that television screens and speakers have been improved so strongly since I was hardcore gaming. He distinctly remembers walking into his friend's house with his children, and he had Halo or something on a big 90-inch projection and the machine guns on subwoofers. It definitely enhances the experience of the game for the gamer, and it scared the piss out of his kids.
Yeah, totally. Those guns are like menacing in Modern Warfare 3 now.
Oh my god, they sound so fucking real.
Like it sounds like you're hearing the metal. Like
I don't know what they did, but
this is going to be a really bad impersonation, but
go for
of
it.
a gun. Like, but I'm going to do it like this again because that's how I carry a gun.
Go for it.
But it's got that like.
Yeah,
that's it's totally not.
It's totally not what it sounds like.
Can we edit that out? But
we'll put the real sound effect in there.
But it sounds like more metallic than it did in the past. Like before, it had the gun.
Yeah,
like the movie gun.
Sound. Yeah,
like the bang sound. But now it has that metallic clanking of.
It sounds so real. Like I fired a few guns at a gun range years
like at somebody. Fired a few guns.
Just at a few people.
Some guy.
But
from a rooftop.
I went to a gun range when maybe 10 years ago, maybe 9 or 10 years ago, and I mean it's pretty intense to fire a gun, and it definitely does not, the movie sounds are definitely of that fake standard.
Mythbusters did a show on how realistic like silencers sounded.
Oh, I think I saw that one. Yeah,
that was a pretty good one.
Yeah,
if you got the Hulu.
If you got the Hulu, you can check it out.
Or if you're a pirate.
I
don't know what season it was. We got some people on Reddit that answered, actually.
On Reddit.
I mean, the people that...
Yeah, on Reddit they answered. But if you want to answer and you want us to see them...
the best place is always our website.
Yeah, we get those... Yeah, we get notifications when anyone
and you can't control Reddit.
Yeah,
so
it's out of control.
But I'm going to murder all these names, but... I highly doubt it is the username. He or she said, no, my oldest is 13, and he isn't allowed to play any games with sex and violence. He wants Minecraft for Christmas, which is kind of cool.
That's cool. Minecraft's pretty
Genbug
cool.
says he's playing right now, and her kid is an 11-year-old, who she says is more mature and responsible than her 13-year-old nephew. And again, this kind of, I guess, varies by like family to family.
Yeah.
Some kids kind of get it earlier, and it might have to do with the military background. It might not. I mean, if you know the severity of a gun, it kind of means more to you than if you don't. Maybe. That's what I've heard. Is like if you have a family that is kind of gun responsible, you know that it can kill someone, whereas a family like mine who never touches the things, you don't necessarily know the power of it, and so it's still kind of a fantasy in your head.
You might think of it as a toy still.
Yeah, I don't know. Monkey Head? Said, no, when my gamer turns 14, we'll talk about it on a case-by-case basis. That's actually really smart. And the ESRB has a pretty cool website up now where it tells you exactly what happens in the game. So you can look at it and say, okay, someone gets their leg blown off in the game. Maybe that's not,
Yeah, but what is the age range for mature rated? Is it 14?
Mature is 17 plus.
17.
So, 17, still under 18. I mean, that's...
Yeah, but, people... Kids used to be able to buy alcohol at 18, and they can in some states. So.
Yeah. Mata7 says it depends on the game. I let my 11-year-old play Fable 2 and Fable 3. And Dad has let him play Assassin's Creed, but we wouldn't let him play Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I've heard that's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
My friend Mark has that,
it was cool.
That game.
It was really cool, but...
Did you play it?
It was a Rockstar thing. I played it, like, briefly. I did, like, a week stint on it.
Right. I know, like, Rockstar is, like, always in the news for controversial games. Of course. For Grand Theft Auto and
their new
Red Dead.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is about a father.
Is it really?
I reached out to the company to tell me a little bit more about it when they first released their trailer, and they didn't get back to me.
Well, you know anyone at Rockstar,
Rockstar. I used to have all these great connections there. I emailed my old connection that used to work there, except that now he's at a completely different company, and denied that he was ever at Rockstar. So
really?
Thanks, buddy. I was so proud of myself for remembering. I was like, oh, this guy used to work at Rockstar. I totally know it.
That's funny.
And then he's like, no, I never worked there. And I looked up his friggin' LinkedIn account and was like, asshole, in 2007 you worked there. Like, it's not even that long ago. So anyway, the last comment on here was Istara. I like hold this up like I'm like holding it. I need my bifocals or something. Depends on the game. No. Sorry, that was the last one. Bifocals. That's what I get for putting the laptop down. One consideration for me would be how large or significant an element of mature factor is represented, which kind of goes back to that ESRB thing. Some games are like mature. You know what I hear a lot is Halo versus like a Modern Warfare game, like space combat, less real than. Well, the Earth-based combat, so it's kind of...
The crazy thing is, we went...
new Halos, you can, like, slit necks and...
Oh, really? Well, the weird thing is, I was actually just at Babies R Us yesterday, And we were walking up and down the. No, we weren't at Baby Stores. We were at Target.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. Because I don't think they're gonna have Halo toys there. But we went down. We went down the kids' toy aisles, and we saw like all the Lego stuff and all the cool little Sesame Street stuff. And then we got to like this Halo display case.
Yeah.
Of like it's like a diorama.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I
live in that diorama.
But it's like
I'm like the third brute throwing the grenade. Like
it's mixed in with all the kids' toys.
Yeah, well, yeah. Halo's kind of been indoctrinated into the toy community because there's Halo Lego toys.
Yeah. And
there's Halo like figure. Like I have some of these action figures.
Yeah. Well, they're cool looking. Cool. Yeah.
And Halo, I mean, Halo was fun, man. I don't care what anyone says.
It was. Yeah, it is. I mean, it was. I don't really play it a lot.
10-year anniversary of Halo 1 just came out.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. Also. Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's like bumped up. It's like Halo 1, but with the Halo Reach graphics.
Oh, that's cool. I used to play the shit out of Halo 1 on the PC.
Yeah, I want to get it, but I just know. I have this thing where I don't change discs once something's in my Xbox. So
yeah.
Like, now that Modern Warfare's out, like nothing is going to get in there.
Yeah.
I just disdain changing games. I wish they'd come out with a 6-disc changer.
But that was like the real cool first-person multiplayer shooter that like worked.
Yeah.
Like that really worked, and it was based on. I mean, Halo was based on Marathon.
Yeah,
which it was the first really cool first-person shooter for a Mac game to come out in the mid '90s, and it was really cool. You got to like create your own maps and dial in like the sounds into the corridors and map your own textures.
Yeah,
and it was. I remember spending hours in that thing. I
remember playing that.
Yeah.
At your house.
It was really cool.
You were like doing band practice.
Yeah, and
like Zach playing Marathon. Well, you guys were like making music.
But yeah, I mean, for Halo to reach out to kids and this kind of spectrum where you can just walk down the aisle of a toy store and see it just there, you're like, I played this game when I was a teenager. Yeah. Like, this is
like
crazy.
Now there's like Mario toys, which totally different world, but
right, it is Mario's world.
God, it's just so everything's got a toy now.
Yeah. They got to make money somehow.
Yeah. It's not enough.
Well, I think we spent too much time on this, but
yeah, totally.
It's already like 23 minutes.
I'll just STFU on every other topic.
There you go.
This week.
But that that kind of leads us into the first story that we have is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
I'm not going to talk during this whole thing, so we can zip through it.
A dad's drive-by on the life he used to know, and this was me. Driving by the GameStop on the Modern Warfare 3, I can't talk.
I'm not talking, so you better. I can't save you this time.
I wanted to just check out the line on my way home from work, and I wanted to stop by the local GameStop here, like down the street, and. I actually wanted to record this for you just to say, like, because we were planning on going down there
for the midnight release.
And we were like all pumped up about it. And
you got there at like 7.
I drove by at 7, and I was going to record it just for you. And
dude,
yeah,
dude.
And this wasn't the funny thing is that this line was nowhere compared to any other line that was posted like on YouTube, like of people like
some guy on YouTube commented on that and said, dude, my line was like 4 times as long.
I know, but this was at 7 o'clock, so I can't even imagine what it must have been like at 11.
What's funny is right down the street at the mall where I went for it, it was like I walked in and walked out.
Yeah, you got your number.
I mean, I walked in, I paid for it, and then that was at like 9. And then I came back at midnight, and you just got in line according to your number. And I was like number 46.
Yeah.
And there were not a lot of people behind. It was like up to 60 people, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I mean, you shot through because everyone had a number at that point. So you walked in, everyone was paid, so you gave them their receipt, they scanned it, gave you the game, gave you a poster, and you were out.
Oh, they give you a poster? That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I gave it to like my coworker's kid.
Oh, cool.
I was like, here, take this to your kid.
Yeah, I mean, this was.
In case you needed to know like what I actually said.
Here, take this to your kid. Yeah, this was, like GameStop really responded well to like all the amount of people that like they really got their planning done.
They've been doing it for a while.
They've been doing this for a while for all the midnight releases, and they really know what they're doing. So I mean, like I drove past this line, and I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be standing in this line. I'm a father, and I have too much shit to do.
Yeah.
And I was incredibly busy with work as well, so I stopped the next night to get, I waited maybe like 10, 15 minutes in line. But still, yeah, that went really smooth for me, and I didn't have any problems, and they had plenty of copies. Yeah, this initial drive-by, it was like a flashback to what I wanted to do.
To when you were them.
And when I was, and the only other line that I've ever waited in was a Wii line. And that's because I don't know why Nintendo sucks at releases, but they did not have Wiis for... Yeah, they only had like 40 at a time. And I don't know why that was. I didn't really look into it.
I waited in line for those iPhone 4S's, and I got the last two, and I was 6th in line.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Something like maybe from...
Sprint and Apple kind of dropped the ball on that one, too.
Maybe it's like hardware related, where...
Well, and the problem is when they don't stock enough of them, everyone always says, they just want to hype it up. I hate that. I hated that when I was working at Best Buy.
Yeah.
And, like, people would say, oh, you only got 30 of these? Because they want to hype it up.
Yeah.
And you're like, lady, it was always a lady, too. Lady, they don't need to hype this up. They don't need to hype the Wii up. They don't need to hype up the iPhone 4S.
It's already been hyped up.
Yeah, this is like, that's why we're in line, is because it already is popular. There's no hype that needs to surround it.
Yeah.
No one's going to, no one needs to go off and say, oh, there's a shortage and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Screw you, lady.
Yeah. Lady.
And there was like one Persian dude that also said that. You still hype it up. He didn't sound anything like that.
We're not racist. Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, so this was really just like a realization of how my life has changed as a result of having a child. And, just thinking back to when I used to want to be able to like do this kind of thing.
Your daughter chewed on your headphones too.
She totally broke my Turtle Beach headphones, and I don't know. They were already kind of broken though. It was the wired ones. I think this maybe
I have the same ones.
Yeah. We have like the volume, and I actually repaired it once because the soldering came loose on the wires inside.
Yeah.
So I repaired it, and then she was playing with it and just completely snapped. But I couldn't repair it after that.
When my son touches them, I go nuclear.
Yeah. But I want to get those wireless ones. I want to try those out.
Yeah.
The wireless Turtle Beach headphones, because
everyone
gets pissed when I don't talk on Xbox Live.
I heard him doing that last night.
Yeah. Like,
behind you, to your left,
8-bit, hey!
He's in the hallway, get him!
Turn to your left, 8-bit!
I'll do it myself. I heard the guy say that last night.
Oh yeah, I heard that guy.
I'll do it myself. I wanted to jump in and be like, he doesn't have a headset. It's not functioning.
It's not working.
Like, my name's Unicorn Gravy on there already.
Yeah.
The last thing I need is someone to be like, oh.
Everyone calls me.
Sorry, Nancy.
And like no one has time to say 8-bit dad. It's always 8-bit. Hey, 8-bit, turn your left.
And people always want to.
He's right behind you.
People want to call me Gravy because they want to do everything in their power to not call me Unicorn. Hey, Gravy.
Well, that's 3 syllables. I mean, unicorn.
Gravy.
You know, yeah.
Gravy. You Gravy.
I don't know. It's funny. But, yeah, anyways, that's that story. So,
yeah.
Next story.
Next story's me. I got a lot of explaining to do. So the next story was the 6 reasons that you're a dirtbag if you bring your kid to Las Vegas. Because I'd recently taken that trip to Las Vegas that we mentioned last show.
Yes.
That no one would have known about because no one watched.
Nope.
So I had some negative comments about my story.
But hey, it got attention.
I printed them out because...
So thanks for coming to our website and reading the article and then hating us.
Yeah, exactly.
But this was based on your opinion, your experience, and your lack of just going to Vegas on a yearly basis.
I've been to Vegas like once before when I was 21,
right?
And then once when I was 31 now. So, screw everyone. Like, I'm sorry, but F you guys. Like, okay, and... You know what? A lot of these comments, very valid. A lot of these
very
comments,
valid.
I'll mail this to you if you need it. But I should have said, here's what I should have said, was 6 reasons you're a dirtbag if you take your kids to a casino in Vegas. Probably. Maybe I should have just not done the story. I was feeling really down on myself after this came out and like the downvotes came in.
But this is a casino. There's casinos everywhere. I mean, that's like the whole town's revenue.
Yeah, maybe I should have said, you're a dirtbag if you take your kids to the Las Vegas Strip. I don't know what the angle was, but I seem to think that like if you see these parents in a casino, everyone thinks that they're a dirtbag because it seems like that's what I mean. I had a blood alcohol level of like 26, but like, that's immediately when I'd see a person with a kid in a stroller, I was like, oh, I'm blowing smoke in their face. Bring your kids to a casino? God damn you.
Yeah, well...
maybe that's an outsider's thing. We had a lot of people, flex the paper again, who said that they lived in Vegas, or they live in Vegas.
Yeah.
Aglet, A-G-L-E-T, Aglet.
Yeah.
I live in Vegas, and there's tons of cool stuff for kids to do. Plenty of kid-friendly places for them to do it. If you're planning on heavy drinking and gambling vacation here, however, yeah, Dirtbag City.
Yeah,
so,
I agree with
Aglet,
that.
That's what I'm saying. If you're planning on going and drinking and gambling,
that was your main point.
Kids. Yeah, and maybe I didn't. I have a degree in writing, but sometimes I fucking miss, dude. Like, what do you want me to say?
We all do that occasionally. We got a lot of articles
bitch
on
tits
it. So.
Lit me up, bad, hard on this.
Well, I mean, with a name like that,
Princess Bitch Tits.
You
I'd
know,
expect you to, and I'd hope you would.
Yeah, she's got bitch tits.
She said fuck everything about this article.
Yeah, so
fuck
it.
Thank you. She said she took her 11-month-old there for her wedding, and she had an epic time. Don't do the math. She went to the pool every day, buffets, Fremont Street, the whirlpool at the MGM suite, not to mention all the kid-friendly shit like Mandalay Bay Reef, Titanic exhibit, Mirage Secret Gardens, so on and so forth. I can't wait to take her again. Okay, sorry. Someone else said that they lived there. I don't even know how to pronounce this. It's 0HN035. Is that... Oh noes.
Oh noes.
Oh noes.
Hey. There you
Sometimes
go.
I can work things out. So he or she said, what if I live here? Casinos aren't as smoke-laden as they claim, unless you go off the strip. Which I disagreed with. I actually commented back on that. When you go in those casinos, like I went to Paris... And
it smells like an ashtray.
Yeah, you smell it.
Compared to LA where they banned smoking and
in public
everything.
Places, like public places. Like,
in the late 90s they did that.
Like the...
I remember
walking down the streets, you can't even smoke.
Well, I remember like
not that I need to.
But. I remember when I was playing shows on Sunset, and I remember playing shows where they smoked inside.
Smoke
inside the Roxy, the whiskey Viper Room,
but not on the street, not out in front of the Roxy.
Not anymore, at least. Like
long arm of the law will get you on that one.
But I totally remember those times where smoking was okay.
Yeah.
And now it's like they're even in Calabasas. Which is in Southern California in the...
where the Kardashians live.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh. I'd like to take a nuclear bomb to that house. But
most of Calabasas. Why not?
But
Why stop there?
That city outlawed smoking on balconies in apartments.
Everywhere, every public place.
Yeah, every public place in Calabasas.
No
they
parks,
can't smoke.
no sidewalks, no outside of businesses.
So, if you're from Calabasas and you go to Vegas, you're going to be in for a serious culture shock.
California, we were talking about this before the show. We were talking about this during the show.
Maybe.
California is a police state.
It is.
As far as a lot of things.
I think we were talking about that during the show. Whatever.
It's been 40
It's
minutes,
late.
So, yeah. So, anyway, there were a couple more people that left comments on the article.
Yeah.
Everyone disagreed, basically.
Yeah. You did that because you wanted to bring a piece of paper so you could do that.
I gotta say, I did practice that. I was like, I'm gonna do it right towards the webcam.
But
I had some points in the article. God damn it! It was a fucking humor article.
It was.
God, lay off. Jesus Christ! It was like fuck. Ugh.
But they have commercials where what stays in Vegas or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Look,
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Come on, like in the thing. Oh, I think the mic just shocked me.
Maybe it's one of those Redditors.
Oh God. But yeah, okay. So let's go through I'm going to briefly go through this because I don't want to talk so fucking much. But number one, kids get up early. People in Vegas don't. True. Casinos are smokehouses. True.
You can't smoke in
You're going
casinos.
to pay for it. True.
Yeah.
Fuck, we bought that goddamn Caesar's Palace. We went to Caesar's Palace and we bought like the helmet and the breastplate.
Oh yeah.
Of the Roman whatever. $18, dude.
Wow.
$18
for plastic.
On the way up there was a Halloween. That's where I got the idea for this. There was a Halloween store in like Azusa or something that was like everything was 50% off. We could have gone in there and gotten them something for cheaper.
Yeah. Well, it's Vegas.
Number 4, you're gonna have an awkwardly premature birds and bees talk. True.
Oh, I mean, those guys handing out like porn pamphlets on the side of the street.
I was like afraid to take them because I was like walking with my wife.
Do they hand
really
them out
wanted to,
anyways?
like, yeah.
Like, do they hand them out to you even though they see you with like a kid?
Dude, well, I don't know about the kid because I don't have them there, but they'd go around my wife. Like my wife would like walk by and they'd sit there and like holler at them, and they do this thing where they flick the cards together. They go like,
oh yeah,
I don't know what that means, but they'd like wait for her to walk by, and then they'd go pop 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 and like put it right in front of me, and I was like, no, I don't want to. I didn't take it. I wish I did because from the picture that I put on there, they actually look really cool.
Oh, they do look really cool.
They're like baseball cards for adults.
I do Photoshop.
I blurred the boobs out on that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
There's some pretty good boobs.
I do Photoshop, and I know there's like some dude that's like doing that for a living. Is working on those cards
really?
And like photoshopping. Yeah,
I would love that job. I mean, like not. I mean,
But they're prostitutes.
I do math for a living.
Are they prostitutes or are they like strippers?
A little of both.
A little bit of both.
That girl in front, she looks too nice to be like a stripper.
I don't think that's her.
Oh, or maybe a prostitute. Maybe. I don't know which one's the nicer one, but
stripper.
Number 5, you're doing better at other evils. That was kind of an important point.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so short, because it was actually an important point. Stupid assholes.
Just look at the pictures.
I was expecting there to be a lot of parents at the Modern Warfare 3 midnight release.
Yeah.
Because, you get online and there's kids online, like, playing these things.
Totally.
But there was, like, one guy with his son there. And he was, like, total, like, punk parent.
Yeah.
Like, he was pretty anti-establishment anyway.
Yeah.
But it seemed like there were a lot fewer people there than in Vegas. I mean, there's a lot fewer, but scaled down. I was drunk, I say it on the article. Number 6, how selfish are you? Uh-huh. Like, true. If you're like the guy, I threw it away. But if you're like the guy I said, if you're going to go there and get drunk and blasted and take your kids, like, how selfish are you that, like, you had to go get drunk but take your kids with you?
Yeah.
It's like the hold my beer.
Yeah.
Like, hold my beer, kid, while I light up my cigarette.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, that's
parenting.
I'm going to stop talking
best.
Because that's, there's enough.
But, yeah.
But I'm sorry. Internet, I'm sorry. God, for Christ's sake. Fuck, lighten up. I won't write anymore, okay? How about I just stick to the fatherhood news? I'll stop doing the humor pieces, and I'll just stick to the stuff where the guys kill their kids. Will that make you happy? Fuck.
Speaking of happy, next story is...
next story with incredible backlash.
Yeah,
Take it away.
This was great.
Oh, I'm fired up.
Porn star Sasha Grey reads to first graders at a local LA school.
I'm loading the article just to look at her picture again.
Yeah.
She might be like, I don't know, I forget if you said she was like washed up or not. She's cute.
Yeah, I mean, she's a very, very, hot chick. And she's 23 and she's got her moments, but...
she does a show on G4 also.
She does?
Yeah, like G4 has they're trying to appeal to like...
porn stars?
Like gamers.
Porn... Guys that look at porn all day and play video games all day.
Yeah, so she hosts a show where she like hosts like the adult.
Whatever happened to what's her name? Olivia Munn? Is she on the? Oh, she's on the Daily Show now.
Yeah, she's like too big for them now.
She's too big. Yeah.
She outgrew the show and outgrew my interests.
Yeah.
As a result,
she's not that funny.
She isn't.
She's
like corporate funny.
She is.
Is what happened. Well, and when she was on G4, she was funny.
Right.
Because she was on an edgy network. Well, they're not that edgy, but she was on a network where they had like fewer restrictions and fewer like corporates.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But anyways, she was at the school, and we had some interesting comments based on this article. But
of course we did.
I'm not gonna read them, and we had like some troll that was commenting on our site.
That was the best comment though. The guy that said that he was like, congratulations, you got people to click on your article just to get ad revenue.
Yeah, I'm glad
ad laden site.
I'm glad this dude, I'm sure it's a dude, because who would argue this much than a dude that just doesn't have any other,
But God bless him, because the world needs that, because we just got an important lesson in user experience on our website.
Yeah, don't make
ad looking
too little things. Yeah, don't make ad looking things. Apparently,
he thinks that we're
but we
ad money. I wish
we do take all trolls and negative and positive comments. Somewhat to heart. We don't really care.
And potential advertisers too.
Yeah.
Now that he brought it up.
Yeah, thanks. So Ubisoft, if you're welcome, to roll a Rocksmith advertisement there if you want. But we get few thousand hits a week, but we're not that big, So we're just starting out, and not that that's an excuse for anything, but we don't have a lot of people going to our site every day.
We really don't.
We do not, and
I don't think advertisers would want to put money into it.
But thanks to this guy for coming back about 14 times.
Maybe that means that we look like we're doing it.
I don't know. I mean, if you're getting criticism and
if someone thinks you're making money, it looks like you're making money.
I guess. So glad we're rolling in the cash. But yeah, this was a TMZ article that started off, and I guess people kind of really missed the ultimate controversy. Was the school denied, or the school district representative flat out denied that Sasha was even there. And there's pictures. Like, this was, I think this was a flat out publicity stunt, because why else would she allow a camera in there to take photographs of her reading the children? It's like, and
clearly a good camera. Like, it wasn't just like a cell phone camera.
It wasn't a cell phone camera. It was a professional with lighting and everything. It's not like there's a dim lit.
Someone arranged it.
Someone arranged it, and this was obviously staged. This was staged. It's almost like the same equivalent to a politician, like. I mentioned this in the comments, but this guy, didn't care for it. But I mentioned like where like a candidate for president or whatever, or a president will go to an American factory and give a big speech, and like it'll just be like a big presentation, just a big show event that they really care about American jobs, or they're always like kissing babies and holding babies, and like. It's all for show. It's all for publicity gain.
Well, and I don't know like what I mean because there was kind of there was two issues, and when I say that I was just estimating.
Right.
I really only know of one, but this Read Across America program, which I read nothing about, admittedly.
Yeah,
I don't know anything about it. I went to their website and I actually couldn't figure out what it was about aside from reading in America, which I'm all for. Whatever the circumstances are.
Right, yeah.
But if this Read Across America program was, if their point was to bring celebrities into the classroom to read to the kids, to show them like, hey, look, even celebrities read. Well, like, then there's a problem. If it was just that people signed up to read and they didn't present them as like people, like celebrities of note, then it wasn't necessarily a big problem. Maybe I in error. Okay, I'll take this one too, because God knows I've already gotten shit for something else this week. But I posted this on the Los Angeles Reddit section because
I'm sure that's what this guy came from, because I don't think he even knows what our site's about.
Yeah, totally.
He's probably just thinking, oh, it's just some dad commenting on publicity, celebrity stories or whatever. So
yeah, so I posted it in the Los Angeles section because I thought it's an LA school. This will be, everyone will love it, and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
And there were comments all over Reddit, and they were saying, who cares? It's not like she took her clothes off.
Yeah, and that's very true, and I commend anyone that reads to kids. I think that's a very important part of social development. She graduated
from high school early, Sasha Grey.
Yeah, and she's smart.
She's evidently smart.
She is evidently smart, and
she wrote a book, and she probably actually wrote it, as opposed to the people that kind of ghostwrite their books.
Right. So that's it's not
that we're against her going in there. I mean, I don't know. It was in Compton. It's like you said, it's like the bottom 10% of schools.
It's not a very good school district.
The same school district that was taken over by the parent trigger law last December.
Right. Yeah, and it's not like she's
shitty.
It's not like she's dragging anything down or going down on anything. But
did you see that link that I put up in the comments?
Yeah. The Twitter jokes. Yeah, that was funny. But, I mean, I commend her for doing something good, but at the same time, if I was a parent and I just found out that, a retired porn star that just retired in May, was at my kid's school, and
you'd want to know why.
I'd want to know why. I'd want to know who authorized it, and I'd want to know some more details before I get, surprised as to who's going to be at the school this day.
I mean, they make you sign a fucking waiver if you go to, the Holocaust Museum.
Yeah.
To say, well, do you agree for your son to be brought to the Holocaust Museum?
Right, and this is
crying out loud,
well, this is a public-funded school, and, our tax money is paying for this, for these kids to go to school, and, it's a valid concern for parents. Every parent should be entitled to their own opinion based on this happening.
If Sasha Grey wants to come on the show next week,
she can. She totally can.
And
she can sit right here.
She can sit between us
and just
explain the Read Across America program.
Yes.
Her involvement in it.
And
anything else.
And just sit there.
And anything else.
She can just sit there for the whole show, and we don't.
Can you cut that part out and actually
We cannot.
Put it on YouTube? No, not cut it out and take it out. Cut it out and put it on YouTube specifically, so maybe she can see it and come and comment on the show. I mean, if she's in the porn industry, she's probably lives close to us. Like not close at heart, but like close, like
we are close to the valley,
logistically.
Yes. So she's probably like about 15. She's probably about 15 minutes away. I'm sure.
Hey, come on the show. Be our guest.
She probably lives next to the Kardashians in Calabasas.
Put our magic to the test.
Yes. But anyways, this was, it was a controversial story, but I just think it's a publicity stunt. Since she retired in May, and she obviously kind of wants to use this as a leverage to say I'm a victim of trying to do something good for society and get her name in the news, which obviously she did, and we're talking about it. So it's the local story, and it's something that is an interesting story for parents to say, like, what would you do if you're one of those parents? What?
That was an interesting story for me.
Yeah. Well, that picture was an interesting picture right there. By the way, I searched for her name, and one of the first few searches comes up with a relatively well-known porn site that features, and I'm going to bleep this out in the show, but it's
we put our laptops up in front of us while we say it.
No. I'll just bleep it out. It's like a 20-minute video of her mouth. Right now. But if your kid comes home from school and he's like, well, he or she, wants to know why was she famous? Why was she at my school? We are going so far into this episode right now.
We're making up for next week when we cut it down drastically.
But we
gotta talk about that later also.
We do, and so this searching. Every kid at that school knows why who she is now and what she's doing there because it's all over the news.
Yeah, in a day and age where information is quick.
Right. Yeah, and it's not like she's Betty Page or anything like that. That's done some racy photos or bondage situations.
But back then, racy photos were kind of the same as double anal.
I guess, but they didn't have Google. Kids weren't able to go home to their computer at home and search for Betty Page and see her doing.
Totally.
I'm gonna bleep that out too. But you live viewers, you got something special. All two of you.
Exactly what to search for.
Yes. Hopefully your kid didn't hear
My wife and kid.
Anyways, moving on. That's that story.
No.
So thanks.
So Frost had a story.
Frost.
Justin Westbrook.
Yes.
Our homie from the Far East.
This is a very much lighthearted, not lighthearted, but it's up there.
It's
in the.
It sure didn't get any backlash, which thank God.
Thank God. Thank God for classing our site up.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Jesus.
So it was Veterans Day.
It was Veterans Day on Friday, yes.
And number one, thanks to all the veterans for doing something.
Thank you for your service and protecting our country.
Or do.
And we're here sitting on a stupid podcast while you're out there in the fighting.
Getting shot at.
Getting shot at and
maybe you don't
shooting
even know why
at people.
You're getting shot at.
Yeah.
So thank you.
But this is awesome. It's a bunch of videos that he found that he linked to on YouTube's of veterans coming home, or military dads coming home and surprising their kids that they are home because their kids don't know yet.
There's not a lot of resources for military fathers on the internet.
Yeah.
This is what I've been told by a couple military people. Is they said that there's not a lot of military things for fathers to read and cope with being away from their families.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a cultural thing, like a just kind of like stiff upper lip type, like
don't
thing,
get soft
like
in the field of duty.
Well, and I think I kind of dealt with kind of that opinion with Justin at one point, where he told me something where he said, like, you know, we don't really discuss like when we're coming home.
Yeah.
Or when, you know, it's like bad luck. It's like the whole like break a leg.
Yeah,
you say
yeah.
that to like someone, or you don't say good luck to someone, an actor.
I can
You say
imagine
break a leg or
that, and
something.
also
Like,
yeah. Well, I can imagine that also. Plus, you know, the security factor of, you know, just when you're actually going to be flying out of a war-torn country, and you don't want to like give away anything.
Yeah.
Any kind of you know, proprietary or secret information that you're
Whoa, I almost just
holding on
lost
to. It's all right. This couch is.
But yeah.
crap.
You know, there's a million reasons why there's probably not a lot of discussion amongst military fathers.
But this is amazing.
But
These videos are amazing.
Really cool videos. A lot of them are on that Welcome Home blog.
Yeah.
WelcomeHomeblog.com.
Yeah. We'll link that.
They do a whole lot of. We've linked to a bunch of them before.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
But these are really cool.
You know, they're always cool. It's we could actually put a lot more up, but then we would be like a military website.
Yeah.
We'd just be Welcome Home blog, because a lot of them are so, you know, so rad and so like.
Yeah. So check that site out, and check out all the videos that are just emotionally amazing.
And these dads are like always doing like the really cool surprise returns, like the kid, the one that got wrapped up in the box.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty cool.
The one that we linked to before of the dad that comes home during the cheer camp.
Yeah.
The weekend cheer camp. Just really cool, like they really make it worth it, like, to surprise them.
Yeah, and
you know, like, it's not just like they walk in the door and go, "Hey, I'm home." It's like they like plan it with the wives and make it really special for the kids that they're back.
Yeah, and
this is awesome.
This is like you know, this is Christmas in a much more personal and deep way for these kids.
Holidays have got to be tough for military families.
God, I can't
know
even
nothing
imagine.
about it.
I hope Justin gets to come home for Christmas or something before Christmas.
I don't think he is.
We don't even know.
I don't know, but I think from the indications he gave me.
But he's our homie back in the Middle East over there, and he's doing what he can to publish some articles. So check him out on you know, one of our.
He's back. He's like back in a big way.
Yeah, he's
back in a medium way.
Back in a medium way, but he's check his feed out. All of his stories on what is it, 8-Bit Dad /authors/ Justin. And check all of his feeds
or you can click
out.
on that top banner, on the top banner, the military father story.
Yeah.
And then click his name in that article. And it'll come up with everything.
Yeah, click his name and find out all the articles that he's
written some really cool stuff in the past too. That gets like more hits than like my stuff.
Yeah. Well, he's
which makes me angry.
Well, he's got, you know, he's when he's not posting internet stuff, you know, like just.
And he was like a linguist for the Army, so I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not even a linguist. I can't even speak. But great article from Justin. Check it out. Check out the videos and check out that Welcome Home blog, and cry yourself to sleep, knowing that you haven't really done a whole lot to make your kids miss you. Yeah. Like that.
I may be a little too available.
Because my daughter gets to see me every day when I come home, and it's been like, you know, it feels like she's gone weeks without seeing me, and I've felt like I've gone weeks without seeing her, so I can't even imagine what these guys must go through. So big props to them, big props to their families for the support and love that they deal with and give.
Totally.
So that's it for the stories. Do we have any upcoming events? And I'm not even going to mention the videos.
I wouldn't say. We've got like I've got like 12 or so reviews I need to get done.
Me too.
I'm actually turning things away at this point because I've got so much stuff.
Yeah.
That I just
don't have
time for yet.
I wanted to post a Rocksmith video pretty soon. Again, I've been videotaping more of my progress, and I'm really getting involved with this game.
It looks like every time I see you online playing that, you're like in a different mode.
Yeah, and it's
kind of cool.
There's a lot of different modes.
Because every time you see me in Call of Duty, it's multiplayer.
It's always
so I'm
multiplayer.
definitely not getting like into the nitty gritty of that game.
But I promise to have something up relatively soon. It's just been so fun playing it that I get so distracted with even like concentrating on writing anything down.
Totally.
But
so maybe video review is for you.
Maybe reviews are for me.
Maybe that's
I don't
where
know.
to go.
I don't know. I'm going to post it on the YouTube site, youtube.com/8bitdad. And we have some other bits that we throw up there that are fun. So
we like to think they're fun.
We like to think that they're fun.
The Reddit users like to think that they're money-grubbing, advertising-laden, and
right.
Way off base.
But, you know, in our defense, we are fathers and we have families to take care of. So if we do make money, fuck you. Exactly. So
not that we plan on making money anytime soon.
We're not even.
Let's not put a timeline on.
No, it's going to be a while until we make money. So
if I've got anything to do with it,
right. But anyways,
so that might be it.
That might be it.
If you want to contact us, there's tons of different ways. One of them is you can email us stories that we'd love to hear.
Yeah.
That's dads@8bitdad.com.
Right.
I don't know why I looked over at you. You already know the address.
I already know the address.
You're the one that set it up, so chances are you know it.
Be sure to
8bitdad.com.
Right. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/8bitdad.
And be sure to follow us if you haven't already. We've got a lot of new followers, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like organically growing, as it were.
As they say in the money-making industry.
Right.
Which we're not a part of.
We're not a part of.
But yeah, you can follow us on Twitter, and that'd be at 8bitdads with an S. The number 8bitdads with an S.
Yes.
Not a Z, as we kind of vocalized right there.
Right. It's not like Boys to Men. It's
ABC, BBD, the East Coast Family.
Isn't that Belle Biv DeVoe?
Well, the BBD part is.
Oh, okay.
That was Motown Philly, dude.
Oh! I'm not up in my 90s R&B. So, you want to close it out? Our 57-minute podcast.
So, thanks for joining us on the backlash week of the supersized 8-Bit Dad podcast. My name is Zach Rosenberg.
And I'm Brian Ferguson. Until next week.
Until next week. Like this thing right here, this
what is
curl?
that?
It's like a curl coming off the back of my hair. I have a full-on Stilby.
What's a Stilby? I don't even know what a Stilby is.
Short top, long back.
So mullet.
Yeah.
Why is it called a Stilby?
Stilby is kind of a more fun name. I think it's an East Coast name.
It sounds fun.
Stilby.
Hey, Stilby.
Hey, you rocking the Stilby? Yep. Still.
B?
B.
Yeah.
Still B.
Still B.